All right, so we're gonna be screen sharing the Sandbox metaverse, and we're just gonna be like showing that as we talk about the Veve verse. But if you guys are unfamiliar with the Sandbox metaverse, basically there's like these all these plots of land, and you can like purchase these little squares. Like these are all purchased. You can get a spot next to Atari. You can get a spot next to Snoop Dogg in the Sandbox metaverse, and like so on. So it's going to be the same kind of thing for the Veve verse, we think, but we're going to be talking about what we want in it. So let's get into it. What do you
Let's
want to
go.
start with?
There's so much. I think let's start with like the biomes kind of, or at least the variety in terms of the places you can go or the land types available when Veve has land, because I'm hoping it's not just like a barren kind of void or whatever that's just like this flat space. Like I'm hoping there's
Yeah.
like
I'm
trees or
I
something like
yeah.
rocks, any kind of like biomes.
What it is for the alluvium is you kind of like you buy the land and then you like basically mine resources off of it. So like you were saying earlier, like for farming or whatever, it'd be so sweet if you could have a little farm on your land and actually like make like income like using that. Like you can make either gems or make Omi. Ideally, it would be Omi. If you can make Omi by doing stuff like chopping down trees, and then you could get like wood and then sell
Yeah.
that wood or something for Omi or something like that. Like I think the land needs to have utility in some sort of way where you can make Omi or gems or something
Yeah.
just to compete with the other metaverses.
Yeah, that's definitely one of our main points is like being able, like the land ownership, giving you opportunities besides just being able to like explore that land and sell it and like host events. Like I'm hoping it's a given that we can like host events, have other people on our land. But like Carter said, being able to farm, like if you can plant some kind of crop or something, or chop down trees or mine ore or anything that you can then like exchange for Omi or gems or literally anything, some kind of utility in that respect, I think would be really cool. But also, if there's just like jobs available in the Veveverse kind of, and you can maybe like apply for them, or even if they're like independently organized and stuff like that, like if, because I know like shout out to the vault holics and people like that, but like everybody who is used to setting up these elaborate things in like the Veveverse or whatever, I think it would be cool to see like you could hire like builders or something like that. Like if you want a really cool house with a bunch of detail, you could hire one of those people and you could pay them with gems or Omi or something like that to like build on your land.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know, like we've talked about this before, but like being able to own a little shop, like if you can own a comic shop or something like that, or like if breeding comes out for the labbits, like a little daycare type place for the labbits or something like that, just being able to like have some creative freedom with what you can do with the land and kind of like hopefully setting up businesses and stuff like that. And I don't know, forms of utility like that, I think would be really interesting to see.
Yeah.
Um,
So like there's gonna be like a downtown Viviverse, I'm guessing, and then there's gonna be like the outer lands. And I think they said that you're gonna be getting like kind of like land for free, basically, just because you're gonna be like on a plot of land, but I think there's extra land. So
yeah, I
I
think
think that
that
I feel like that extra land might be like bought in the city, and then like the outskirts is what's gonna be like free, obviously.
yeah, I don't even think that the free part is related to the land. I think the free part is your house floating in that
Yeah.
like void that doesn't really have like a location, I don't think. That's
True,
how
true.
I
That's
have
probably
interpreted it, but I'm not
yeah.
sure. But I'm guessing, yeah, your like free house will be like a void, and then any of the land will be something you have to buy, but I'm not sure. Related to our I'm trying to think what it was. The kind of related to the businesses or like those types of utilities for the ownership with land, I think it would be really cool to see like, and we've talked about this feature before, but exploring being a feature. So like say there's so many plots that have been discovered or released, being able to pay like a premium or a high price to explore some land wherever you want to. And then, like, in the process of paying that high price and exploring, you have the chance of maybe finding some like unique items on that land. Since like you're the first person to look over it or whatever, or something like that. I think that would be really cool. And I don't know, creating more land by having to pay a premium to explore it, I think would be like a cool little feature. Um,
Um, for like going downtown in the city and stuff, I was thinking it'd be sweet if you could like obviously drive your DeLorean or drive your Ghostbusters car, whatever kind of cars they have at the time. If you could drive your own car down there, and then you'd have to pay for parking. So plots of land downtown could be made into parking spots. Like maybe you could even like pay like extra OMI to like decide what you want on your land. Like you could pay for some pavement to be put down, and you could like make some parking spots or something. Like maybe bigger spots could be for like, I don't know. Maybe they'll have like motorcycles or something by that time, or maybe like helicopter pads you could have on your place for people to rent a spot to like land your helicopter there or something. I don't know. I think that'd be really cool. Or if you don't have a car, if you don't want to bring your car and pay for a spot, like maybe if there's like a big event, like some singing event or something with an actual person in the Viviverse or whatever, then parking would probably be a little bit more expensive. So you could get Ubered there. So then like me or Ben, we could drive our DeLorean and go pick you up and bring you to the event and drop you off there for a little OMI fee or gem fee or something.
Yeah.
Be so sweet.
Yeah. Also, like related to my last point, with the exploring, I think in general, having some kind of feature where because I'm guessing we'll be able to like run around the VVverse. I mean, I hope that's like a given, but if there's some kind of like rewards for exploring and running around, and like the possibility of finding some super rare collectible or something, or like Easter eggs around the map, or like achievements like that that can unlock a collectible for you, something like that, I think would be really cool to see with the land. And I'm trying to think of the final. I mean, in general, which we've also mentioned before, hopefully we'll be able to use like a collectible as a skin and walk around, even if it's like rudimentary kind of animations or something. I think that'd be really cool, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to have like a little comic shop or something too. If you could have a little comic shop and like maybe not have to pay as much of fee or something if you like actually go to the comic shop, like make some sort of incentive to like actually go there in the
Yeah.
VVverse. Or you could like, I don't know, maybe there could be like an online catalog for some items, and then like other items you have to go in person. Or like the dealerships for cars, like a car dealership would have all the different kind of cars, like the DeLoreans, the concept cars, like any kind of car. And you could like maybe own a dealership, like open a dealership or something.
Yeah.
That
That
would be
would be
sweet.
so, yeah. I
And then
also,
people could like
sorry.
also come to you and like sell their car, and you would maybe give them a little bit more than if you were to just like do an instant sell with an online catalog or something.
Yeah. I definitely think I'm hoping we have that kind of creative freedom and can develop little like roles or kind of jobs within the VVverse that can give other people opportunities to make money by like helping others out in the community or something like that. But also hoping for like some interoperability or something like that, just being able to have like the VVverse work with other things, because I think in terms of practicality, if the VVverse has any kind of opportunities when it comes to like working, or I don't know, providing like a creative space for people to get together and work on something while being in the VVverse, like Meta kind of advertises in their like marketing and everything, I think that would definitely be something valuable to have and something really practical. And so I'm hoping we see like the ability to run different programs or something like within the VVverse, or like communicate with people while also multitasking and like working on something if you're collaborating with someone in the VVverse, or I don't know,
Yeah,
just
I
things like that.
for the main thing for me, I really just want to see some way that you can earn OMI, like in either OMI or gems, preferably OMI though. Like that seems like the most logical thing since it's actual
Yeah.
crypto. But that's like the main takeaway is I think there needs to be some sort of utility, because some of these other metaverses like have utility, like the alluvium. I think the alluvium is going to be definitely like a main thing, but I think the VVverse can compete for sure, which I mean, they're obviously two set completely different things, but I just think having land with utility is going to be the land that actually succeeds, because
Yeah.
like, I mean, yeah, it's cool to like have people over at your like place and stuff, but if you're not making money, like, why am I spending 20 grand to buy a plot of land or something? You know what I mean? Like, we don't know
Yeah.
prices, but
Yeah. I'm guessing it'll be really expensive like that. But yeah, if we can have some kind of like practical utility besides just running around this like and exploring this like, VR void or whatever it'll end up being, I think we'll be in a good place. But I'm hoping, the development leads to some utility like that. But
yeah,
it's all a
well,
waiting game.
yeah, it's definitely a waiting game. Hopefully they got a big old team working on it. Like, hopefully they hired like some Fortnite or something, some team that we have no clue about that are working on it behind the scenes or something. But
Yeah.
what it,
Or sorry, when you mentioned like the possibility of earning Omi, though, I think they could do that with gamification, maybe like a portal to gamification through the VVverse or something like that. I think could also help, but some way
yeah.
directly in the VVverse to make money, I also think would be really beneficial for their like growth or the VVverse popularity.
Yeah, because I mean, if like this is obviously going to be a thing for a long time, like they're always going to be dropping new collectibles and stuff. Like, no, there's no chance they're just going to like end up stopping one day. So I think a game that actually like awards you for playing with like real currency is like the future we're going towards, obviously, just because all the play to earn games coming out. So I think they definitely have to have some sort of aspect like that. But let us know what you guys, ooh, let us know what you
Woo.
guys think down in the comments down below. What you guys like want your number one priority to be in the
Yeah.
VVverse. So, because there's going to be some good answers, I bet, because I know Randy Chavez wants a little gunshot to play whenever there's a collectible burned and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think there's so much stuff that can happen. And like, I don't know whose video I was watching, but somebody said like there's like a black hole in the middle of the VVverse or something. You could like run
Ooh.
over to that and throw your collectible in to burn it.
Ooh, that would
So
be
sweet.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely interested to hear what you guys like have in terms of ideas or suggestions. And
Last thing,
maybe we can help it get to Vivi somehow, but we'll see.
yeah, last thing I want to say was hopefully that there can be a like when buying land, because they were saying that you can buy land with either OMI or credit cards. So the thing that Illuvium's doing was using like their SILV or whatever to buy land, which would be cheaper than if you were to use ETH. So I'm thinking the same thing should be happening with like OMI, because it would be like more beneficial for OMI if, I mean, and I feel like the community would just want them to pay in OMI, because like they said that you can
Yeah,
pay with cash or OMI, but I think if they gave some sort of OMI like more utility,
benefit.
like
Yeah,
yeah, like you get 10% more cash if you play with OMI, or I
yeah,
guess more buying power if you pay, or like 20% or something. I don't know. It's definitely
yeah.
something to think about if you're out there making the metaverse. If you guys like the video, drop a like, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button if you want to be notified when we post. This is Veve Vision, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Let's go. Omi homies, let's go. Let's go.